On this episode of Your City at Work, we're focusing on City Government Month and reading letters to the mayor from local students. For joining me on this episode of Your City at Work. I'm Communications Manager Pam Spencer. In September, we celebrated City Government Month. We partnered with Kentucky League of Cities. And one of the things that we did was ask local students to share their thoughts about City Government Month. We asked the K through 2nd graders to submit pictures of their favorite things in Paducah, and 3rd through 5th graders to write a letter to the mayor. And joining me now is Mayor George Bray, and we're going to read some of those letters to the mayor, and they're fun. They're really fun. But first, I wanted you to talk about why should we celebrate local government and City Government Month?
Well, first of all, Pam, thank you for setting this up, and I've read a couple of these letters, and they're priceless, really.
They are.
But local government is so important to all of the citizens in our community because that's where things really get done.
Right.
We are the city government is the government that is closest to our citizens. We meet their needs on a daily basis. You know, their fire protection and police protection needs, trash pickup. We support economic development projects that are going to grow the city. So it's really where the rubber meets the road, I say, as it relates to government.
Now, for a lot of the kids, they learn about civics and being a good citizen. What's your message to students in being involved and the importance of being a part of their community?
Well, I think there's a number of things that make a good citizen. You know, obviously, you know, being a good neighbor, picking up trash from your yard or trash that you see in the street, being aware of your surroundings, but probably most of all, it's just being a good citizen. You know, it's being a part of your community and wanting to be a part of your community, an active person in your community.
It's awareness in it. It's awareness and action. Both of those
and
together.
Learning that at an early age is very important.
Well, we received 124 letters from 3rd through 5th graders. That's a lot of letters.
Amazing.
And I have to say the teachers were amazing because they were talking about these issues, things that you're talking about just then. That's what some of the things that they were writing about. So I think we're going to take a few minutes, and I've pulled 16 letters. We're going to kind of go back and forth and read each one. And the first one, I'll read the first one, and this is the first few letters that we're going to read are from 3rd graders. And the first one is from Reagan. And Reagan talks about kindness. So here's her letter to you. She says, I will make a difference in my community by being kind to one another and inviting someone to play with me. My name is Reagan and I love my community. Helping our community is important to me because everyone works hard in our community to keep it great. I want to invite kids over to play with me and to show love. I'll show kindness by holding the door to strangers with a smile, and this will spread kindness in our community. But then at the very end, she did say, Mayor Bray, we need more trash cans at Noble Park. She says, thank you for all of your work, and with your help, I will be a difference maker. So.
That's great. And of course, kindness is an important part of being a good neighbor. And really, you know, people that come to our community that have never been here before, you know, they get a feeling about how kind people are, how friendly people are. Yeah. And so learning that at an early age is very important.
And I pulled hers. Hers is one of the only ones that mentioned love. They're just loving each other too. Well, I think you have a letter to read. This is a 3rd grader. This is Christy, and she's talking about voting.
Yes, this is Christy from St. Mary Elementary, and it reads, Dear Mayor Bray, I will make a difference in my community by following the laws that we have been given. Or you can vote for someone that you know that will do a good job. My name is Christy and I love helping in my community. Having laws to follow is important to me because if there were no laws, it would be unfair and would be a catastrophe. Following the laws can help my community because there will be less crime. I will also live in a kinder place. When I turn 18, I can vote for someone that will do a good job. Voting is important to me because I'm letting my voice be heard.
Wow.
When you're running for mayor, are you nervous if voters might not vote for you? Do you think that voters think that you will do a good job? Thank you for being a good mayor, and thank you for everything that you do. With your help, I will be a difference maker. Your fellow citizen, Christy.
Wow, fellow citizen.
Boy, that is that is quite a letter.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure I can answer all of it, but I'll answer her question about voters. Sure, I'm nervous whether or not voters are going to think I'm doing a good job, or whether or not they would vote for me.
Right.
That's a way that people affirm the job that you're doing. But generally, I do have the sense that people think generally that I'm doing a good job. I get a lot of feedback, and I respond to that feedback, and it's very important. And I thank you, Christy, for this letter.
Well, that was a wonderful letter. Now I'm going to read a letter from Avery about being a good neighbor. This is another third grader from St. Mary. Dear Mayor Bray, I will make a difference in my community by raking our neighbor's yard and donating money and toys to a toy drive. My name is Avery, and I love helping people in my community. I would love to enjoy nature in my community. By raking, I can rake leaves in my neighbor's yards. I can rake leaves to make our community more beautiful, and I can donate toys for kids for Christmas. I could also donate money for people to get food and water. This will make people have a better life. Do you enjoy your job? With your help, I will be a difference maker.
Yes, what was her name again?
This is Avery.
Avery, okay. Yes, Avery. I do enjoy my job very, very much. I'm having a great time. And I would just like to respond to a couple of things you said there in your letter. And, probably the most important of which is trying to help others. Donating toys for a toy drive, helping people perhaps that don't have as much as you is a very important concept. And it's a very important concept to learn at an early age. So that was a great letter, she's learning some important concepts at an early age.
And raking neighbors' leaves, helping each other out.
For sure. And
I think you have a letter from Elijah about being a good neighbor as well.
I do. This is from Elijah, and he says, Dear Mayor Bray, I will make a difference in my community by opening the door for somebody. I can pick up trash. My name is Elijah, and I like my community. Helping our community is important to me because I like my community clean. Opening the door for somebody will help because it would make their day better. Picking up trash will keep our community clean and stay clean. I want to be a good community member. I am thankful for my community. Mayor Bray, have you ever picked up trash in our community? Thank you for being the mayor. With your help, I will be a difference maker. Thank you, Elijah, for that letter. And to answer your question directly, yes, I have picked up trash. I organized a cleanup day, 2 cleanup days, actually on the south side, where we mowed, picked up trash in the streets, weeded it along 6th Street, and like I said, organized a pretty large group of volunteers to help do the same thing. And I think it's very important that our city be clean. It creates an impression for others that come to the community, and so we all need to do our part to make sure that our community is clean. And picking up trash is certainly a good first step.
That is so true. That's one of the things I do. Usually early spring and late fall, I will do that in my neighborhood and go down the road and pick up trash. I have to wait till the snakes go to hibernate because I don't want to be out. I live in an area that's got some woods and some critters, so that makes a difference when you see the trash collected. Okay, I'm going to read a letter from Miles. This one's a little bit different. You can see, you'll be able to hear the creativity. Miles is an entrepreneur, and this is a 3rd grader. Dear Mayor Bray, I will make a difference in my community by inventing cherry toothpaste. My name is Miles. I love my community, and helping my community is important, but because we need also sugar shakers. So he's seeing a need of things he wants and sees a need. Making cherry toothpaste gives people who like cherries good toothpaste because mint tastes like ew. We also need sugar shakers just for convenience. I want to make things that should exist but don't exist. How long have you done your job, and can we have more restaurants built? Thank you for your time, and with your help, I will become a difference maker. So a third grader who has plans to be an entrepreneur.
Well, Miles, let me say this. You know, I've been in my job now for 10 months, and one of the things I admire the most about your letter is your entrepreneurial spirit and your creativity. Who would ever have thought of sugar shakers? What a great idea. And cherry happens to be my favorite fruit. And so if you invented cherry toothpaste, I would definitely buy it. Keep up the good work, Miles. Keep up that creativity. The world needs entrepreneurs like you.
Now, Mayor, you have a letter from AJ about being polite.
Yes, this one is from AJ, third grade, age 8. Dear Mayor Bray, I will make a difference in my community by picking up trash and holding the door. My name is AJ and I'm 8 years old. I have a little sister and I love being polite and helping others. If we don't care about the pollution we make, our world will become a dump. I'm going to go on my bike and pick up trash. My neighborhood is big. This will help our neighborhood stay beautiful for a long time. I also want to spread love and kindness to those around me to make the world a happy place. When you were a kid, what did you say you wanted to be when you grew up? Thank you for being my mayor. With your help, I will be a difference maker. Well, AJ, when I was a kid early on, all I could think about was being a fireman or a policeman. But as I got older, and even at the age of 11, I started to go to work with my father in a pharmaceutical distribution warehouse. And so I quickly decided that I really wanted to follow in my father's footsteps and become a business person. And that is what I do. So your ideas and thoughts are shaped by your experiences. What you think you want to be today may not be what you end up being, but your experiences will be shaped by the relationships you developed and the people that influence you as you go forward. So thank you for asking these questions, and thank you for wanting to make a difference.
Well, those were the third graders. Pretty amazing letters.
They were unbelievable. You know, I still like cherry toothpaste.
Yeah, I thought that one was fun because it was about being an entrepreneur. Now we have a few letters from fourth graders, and the fourth grade letters came from McNabb. So I'm going to read the first one. This one's from Connor, and Connor is talking about the coronavirus.
Okay.
So this is coming from a fourth grader. I will make a difference in my community by everyone wearing a mask. If everyone wears a mask, it will help my community by no one getting sick by the virus. The second reason why everyone wearing a mask will help my community is by no one getting other people sick. So that's why wearing a mask will help my community. So that was a tool. Wearing a mask is a tool in preventing the virus. And so it was good to hear that this student, a fourth grader, 11 years old, saw the importance of keeping each other safe.
You know, it's very perceptive of this young man, and I think you know, the pandemic that hopefully is eventually will go away as more people get vaccinated, or people avoid the virus in one way or the other. The mask has been an important tool, as you point out, in trying to keep people safe. And there's been a lot of discussion and a lot of controversy about masks. But at a young age, it's very perceptive for you to understand and know that a mask really is a tool to help protect all of us.
Right.
And even if you are not going to get sick, you could actually carry the virus and make somebody else get sick who is much more vulnerable than you. Right. So wearing a mask shows respect for others, and I commend you on that.
It was a great letter. It was a great one. You have
Okay.
a letter from Taylor.
I do. I've got one from Taylor. He's also in the 4th grade at McNabb. He's short, sweet, and to the point. He says, I will make a difference in my community by helping the homeless. I will help them by giving them old toys and other stuff like toothbrushes, water, food, and toothpaste. I will help the homeless. I care for what is right.
Very powerful.
Well, Taylor, thank you for that. And you make note of an important issue in our community, and that is the homeless that we have here. I just came from a meeting of a cohort of people who are trying to figure out a solution to this problem. And the homeless folks that we have in our community are something that we all need to work together to figure out how to help them. Nobody needs to be homeless, but it's a complicated subject, and we all need to work together to figure out how to solve this problem. Thank you for that letter.
It's a great letter. Now I have one from Amira, or Amiria, not sure exactly how she says her name, 4th grader. This one's very good writing here. I will make a difference in my community by not putting trash on the ground. I will not put trash in the lake or the river. I will not put it anywhere. I will pick up the trash with gloves. Very important there. A lot of people break the law of not putting trash everywhere. Even people at my school. They put trash on the ground at recess, but thank goodness my teacher doesn't like it. She will make us pick it up even if it's not ours. And my mom is OCD about trash. So she pays me not to do it, but I don't take the money because the world is more important than money, and I hate trash. And that's how I know I will make a difference in my community. Wow.
What a great letter. I just had a telephone conversation today with someone who was concerned about trash in our community, and just wanted to have a conversation with the mayor about the way the city looked in certain areas. And so we had a very good conversation. The takeaway from that conversation for me was the fact that I know that our citizens are paying attention to the way our city looks all the time. And so trash pickup, keeping our city clean, sweeping the streets with our street sweepers, and just generally making the city look good is very important, and again projects an image for those coming into our community.
And we're seeing the kids are seeing it too.
They
see the importance of it.
Thank you for that letter.
Now you have a letter from Rihanna about picking up litter and also helping animals.
I do. Rihanna writes, I will make a difference in my community by picking up trash in the streets and near my house. I can also help stray animals. I can help the environment by cleaning and picking up trash. I will help dogs and other animals so that they will not get hurt. That is how I will help and make a difference in my environment. Well, you know, Rihanna, I have 3 daughters, and one of my daughters is very good with animals. All my children, all my girls are good with animals, but one of my daughters is particularly interested in strays and rescuing animals. And so the fact that you want to help animals who can't help themselves is a very good quality to have, and will serve you well throughout your life.
Yes, you've got to take care of the animals
You
as
do.
well, spay and neuter, and definitely just take care of them. Okay, now we have a group of 5th graders. These 5th grade letters are from Clark Elementary, and the first one I'm going to read is from Olivia, and she's talking about the importance of eating fresh food and growing your own food too. She says, I will make a difference in my community by eating fresh food grown locally. I can achieve this by visiting the farmer's market. She also says you can go out and pick pumpkins out of a pumpkin patch, and this helps because that money goes back into your community. Another reason is that fresh food just tastes so much better than food that might have traveled 1,500 miles and ripened in a truck. Wow. In addition, you might just grow it in your own yard, then you will have pride and delicious food. My last reason is if you do it yourself, you might end up with 10 watermelons if you pay just $2.50 for some watermelon seeds. So, in conclusion, eat fresh food, and it benefits way more than eating food from miles away.
Well, that's again, she's touched on a couple of really important concepts. First of all, being healthy and eating healthy. I think it helps our community so much that we have a healthy community, that people are health conscious, and you see people out biking and running, and you see people going to the farmers market, as she suggests. And so I think that's it's very important concept to learn at an early age. And she touched on one other thing I thought was very perceptive, and that is buying goods here in the community, because the money that you pay goes back into our community. And that's a very, she picked up on a great concept early.
She did.
And I think that's something that we all need to keep in mind. It always helps to buy local.
Buy local. You have a letter now from, let's see,
From
Avery about donations.
I do. Avery's in the 5th grade at Clark Elementary, and he says, I will make a difference in my community by donating to local food banks and charities. For example, you can donate food or supplies to animal shelters. Also, you can go through your closet to find clothes that don't fit or that you don't like anymore. We have a food drive at school every year to collect canned foods and donate them to charity. You can donate supplies to homeless shelters like food or socks, tissues, jackets, and jeans. These are some examples of how I can make a difference in my community and make the world better. So Avery, you've touched on something I think, again, that's very important, and that is, the concept of giving back. Those folks who have the means, if you have the opportunity to donate clothes, to donate food, to give back, to help people that need it more than you, it's an important concept, and it's an important concept to learn at an early age. And sometimes it takes people their entire life to really understand that concept and get adjusted to really helping others. And so learning that at an early age, I think is a great concept to learn. And thank you for the letter.
Yeah, every little bit makes a difference.
It does.
I have a letter now from Joe, and Joe, I think, is another entrepreneur. I will make a difference in my community by cleaning around my city and asking people if I can mow their yard or clean their yard. And I can recycle. Sometimes I make old stuff into art, but before I make it into art, I have to wash it off first. I can go around my neighborhood and clean. So he's doing the reusing part. They always talk about reduce, reuse, and recycle. He's reusing and making art. That's great.
It is great, and he's also touched upon another subject, that we've touched on in other letters, and that is helping others. Mowing somebody else's yard. Sometimes people get elderly and they're not able to mow their own grass, or they don't have the means to have somebody come help them. It's always good to help others.
Just be a good neighbor.
But the whole concept of recycling, or as you point out, reusing. Items for whatever way that you can, particularly in art. Paducah is we have a very artistic community. And but reusing items to create art is a very novel concept.
I know, that's why that one got pulled. I was like, wow, we have another artist in the making there.
Okay, I've got one here from Lily, who's also in the 5th grade at Clark. And Lily writes, I will make a difference in my community by helping with trash and recycling. To begin, I will try out for the green team, who picks up the recycling bins at school. Plus, I will convince my parents to go online and for a little bit of money and get a recycling can. Last but not least, I will help around my neighborhood with all of the litter. It might not look like it, but there is a lot of trash out there. In conclusion, if everybody could clean up a little bit of litter, Earth would be a cleaner and healthier place. Well, you know, Lily, you've said some pretty important things there, but I'm going to focus on one. You're gonna convince your parents to go online and for just a little bit of money, and that's true, and get a recycling can. The City of Paducah really has great capacity to have more people on our recycling program. And we're going to have a promotion pretty soon to try to convince people to sign up for that. But the fact that, Lily, you're going to talk to your mom and dad about getting that's going to help us out, because we do need more people on our recycling program here in the city.
Yeah, we have the curbside recycling, and it's only $3 a month.
Yeah,
and you get the big blue can.
It's very inexpensive.
It is. Okay, I have a letter from Myra about acts of kindness. I will make a difference in my community by continuing to be kind and respectful. I like to draw happy messages on my sidewalk and other places. We also go around planting flowers. I will help and compliment people at least 3 times a day. I always do what I can to help anybody I can. I also clean up my grandma's road and near my house. I hope you like reading this. Thank you.
Well, you know, I would just say to this young lady, one of the things I learned at an early stage in life is that positive reinforcement really is something that people seek. And so by doing nice things, saying nice things to people, complimenting people about their appearance, their yard, other things, is a very important concept to learn at an early age. And so I commend her for picking up on that.
Oh yeah, just complimenting 3 times a day, that's a lot of effort, but it makes a big difference.
It is.
Now you have a letter from Ethan, and Ethan is going to be, I think, a future mayor. he's interesting.
Ethan is to the point.
He is.
So this is from Ethan in the 5th grade at Clark. And Ethan writes me, he says, I will make a difference in my community by being a good class rep, a class representative. Here's how. And he's got bullet points.
He does.
1 through 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 1, ask what needs to be changed. Number 2, be really nice. Number 3, attend all meetings. Number 4, pay attention. And number 5, listen to what grown-ups say. Ethan, I think you've hit a home run with this letter. First of all, you can't change anything if you don't ask what needs to be changed first. Secondly, being nice is going to get you so much farther in life than otherwise.
Right.
The third, attend all meetings. You can't make the changes that you want to make if you're not at the meetings to listen and understand how to make those changes. Number 4, pay attention. That's something even us adults probably need to be doing a better job of at times, listening better and paying close attention. And number 5, listen to what grown-ups say. So that's a concept really all of us can take throughout our lives. At an early age, of course, we need to listen to grown-ups. But as you get older and as you get more experienced, you always have people in your life who influence you, who can give you guidance, direction, and really influence the way that you approach things. And so that's a very good skill to learn at such an early age.
I mean, that's a recipe right there of how to be successful in life.
It's a recipe for success.
It is. Well, Mayor, we made it through 16 letters. I wish we had the time for 124, but we'd be here for a few hours. Thank you so much for joining me today. Do you have a final comment about the letters?
I think the letters were fantastic. They exceeded my expectations.
They really did.
It really showed a lot of thoughtfulness on the part of the young men and young ladies, and also I just have to give a shout out to the teachers who I think really helped all of the kids write these letters and spurred them to follow through on this. And I think it really shows that we've got a lot of great youth here in the city, A lot of great future leaders and great future citizens in Paducah. So
And they
thank
will
you.
make a difference.
Thank you, Pam, for putting it all together.
Well, thank you, Mayor Bray, and we're not done yet. We also had kindergarten through second graders. They were asked to draw a picture of their favorite thing in Paducah, and we received 61 pictures. Some of the topics were they drew pictures of their school, they drew pictures of Noble Park, playgrounds, riverfront, murals, locations, businesses. They drew Kirchhoff's, Whitehaven Welcome Center, the courthouse. So for the rest of the episode, take a look at these wonderful pictures set to music and enjoy these great drawings from our local students. Thank you so much for watching Your City at Work.